Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Glenn McGowan. This is Ed Bowen. Today I'm going to be refinishing the wheels on my 330 over here. So anybody who's new to the channel, I just bought this car. It's a new project car to the channel. I'm just been doing a couple things to it just to kind of like freshen it up a bit while I drive it around. These are not the wheels I'm going to be keeping on the car, but for the time being, I will keep them on there. So they are just a little kind of messed up a little bit. There's like brake dust that's settled in there that doesn't come off. So I just figured, you know what, I'm gonna just sand these things down, give them a nice repaint, and just get them back on the car so they look a lot nicer for the time being. I did the same process with the contours I had on my M3 several years ago. Now there's probably like two ways to do this. You can take your wheel off, take the tire off, take the valve stem out, all that kind of stuff, sand it, body work, all that kind of stuff like that. If you have the time to do that, that's fine. Me, I'm going to take the wheel off, I'm going to tape the tire off, I'm going to tape the valve stem off, I'm going to do it really nicely, I'm going to take my time with it, and I'm going to paint probably the inside of the wheel too, because it's a little grimy as well, so when you look through it, it kind of matches and looks nice. So I'm not getting too crazy here, I'm not taking the wheel weights off, I'm just going to essentially just freshen these up. So this is something you can do at home. I bought some spray paint here from Advanced Auto. You can get this stuff off of Amazon or wherever. This is Rust-Oleum's wheel paint here, like that. It's like a very similar color to the wheels that are on it. I believe I used something similar when I did my contours. And then I got clear coat for it as well. So these are like 12 bucks a can. So a couple cans of this, and you'll be able to redo your wheels, which is kind of nice instead of like buying new wheels if you're on a budget or you just want to freshen yours up. You can sand these down, put a couple coats of paint on it, and have a nice wheel. A couple little things that you're gonna need is sandpaper. I have this little orbital sander here. This helps kind of get into the grooves and stuff like that, or you can do it by hand. I'm gonna probably be using like 220 to 320 and stuff like that, just to work out some of those rough spots that are like curb rash and stuff like that. So get an assortment of sandpaper, because you may have to, you know, use different grits to get different grooves out and stuff like that. You'll also need some red scuff pads here to get in all those little grooves, just so the paint sticks better. So besides that, roll cheap tape for your tire. You're gonna wipe your tire down if you have armor on there so the tape sticks to it. So right now I'm gonna get the wheel off. I'm gonna start one at a time and get it off, tape it up, sand it, clean it, and then shoot it. This week's video is brought to you by LCO BMW Parts. Visit our online store for E36, E46, and E90 parts, or follow us on Instagram at LCO BMW. All the links are in the description below. So of course we'll have to do a before and after, so we will do a walk around. Right now I'll look at each one of these wheels so I can show you the condition of them as they sit. So that's what I mean, like that in there. And I'm sure you can kind of clean that off or whatever, but these are pretty rough. I know the right rear one's pretty banged up on this. So, you know, there's little nicks and stuff like that. They're just showing their age. They're like 21 years old. And this one's not that bad. And then this one I believe is the worst. And this one's got like the clears kind of flaking off. Just a couple other little spots like down in there. So they will benefit from some new paint. See that there? And then look up here, the front there. So that's what we're working with. All right, so wheel off, got the center cap out, the little emblem off. I'm going to start by sanding the lips of these here, because there's a lot of spots where like the clear coat's flaking and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to get all that down as best I can. So I have this one all sanded. Just wanted to show you an up close view here. This one had a lot of the clear coat flaking off in a lot of areas. So I just sanded and feathered it all out there, as you can see. So now I'm gonna just take my red scuff pad here and then just go over the whole wheel. And then I'm gonna clean it off with some soap and water and blow it off with the air gun and then start taping it off. Okay, now I got everything cleaned off. I'm gonna go around, tape off the tire here and the valve stem. Then I'm going to prep sol everything and lint-free rags, and then when I'm ready to paint, I got a tack rag to get all the dust off the top of it. I'm gonna start off by painting the back of it, and then at that point, I'll turn around and do the face. I'll base and clear coat that. So just a quick little update, something I ran into. So I started off using Rust-Oleum's wheel paint. I don't know if this has been sitting on the shelf too long or something like that, but it came out super textured. And I ended up having to let it sit for a little bit, and then I scuffed it all back down, and I switched back over to Duplicolor's silver wheel paint. I had a bunch of this left over, and then it ended up turning out really good. So I don't know, both cans I got of Rust-Oleum stuff came out textured. So I don't know if it's the paint itself, but it was bad enough where like it made the wheel not look good at all. So I ended up just ordering some more Duplicolor paint, and I'm gonna just use that for the rest of the wheels. So I just finished up. It actually turned out pretty good. So just the little finishing details here. So I just put my little M logo back in, and then the center cap, and I'll go hang them on the car. All right, so that's a wrap. So a little bit of money, a little bit of hard work. You can really transform those old raggedy wheels and kind of clean them up, make them nice again. So if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Thanks for watching.